Welcome to the coronavirus update for the week of December 21st. It's our final update in 2020. I'm Elizabeth Demmings, and I'm the program coordinator and extension specialist at the Institute for Food Safety at Cornell. Today, I'm going to brief you on current statistics of COVID-19 cases nationwide and in New York State. And then I'll share with you some tips on how to celebrate a safer winter holiday season. Unfortunately, COVID-19 cases continue to rise both nationally and in New York State. Here's a view of the nationwide COVID-19 metrics. The second graphic illustrates that the daily case numbers are still increasing across the nation, which continues to paint a grim picture this holiday season. Part of this increase is fallout from Thanksgiving holiday gatherings that happened at the very end of November. Hospitalizations and daily deaths are also going up, and they've hit single-day records. In New York State, case numbers are also on the rise across the state. Some regions are reporting high return rates in the number of positive tests. So, for example, if you look at the Finger Lakes region, they have an 8% return in positive tests over the last 7-day average. Listen, there is a tremendous burden on the healthcare system in parts of New York State and throughout the US. And even with the recent approval of vaccines and their deployment, it will take months to complete vaccinations across the population in the US and even longer around the world. It is challenging, but we need to do our best to help slow the spread and reverse these trends. As a member of the food industry now, more than ever, it is important to be mindful of what is happening in your region of the state. Remain vigilant and utilize those mitigation strategies to protect your employees at work and in the community. With Christmas, Kwanzaa, and New Year celebrations happening in the next 2 weeks, it will be a key to play a role in limiting both the community spread to help keep you and your employees safe and healthy. So delay winter holiday travel, because travel increases your chance of getting and spreading COVID-19. Don't go anywhere if you are sick, have tested positive for COVID-19, if you were exposed to COVID-19 in the past 14 days, or if you are waiting for the results of a COVID-19 viral test. You should understand the risks associated with travel, reconsider your travel plans, and stay home. The CDC recommends that you ask yourself several questions to assess your personal risks before you travel. Are you or someone you love at increased risk of severe COVID-19 illness? Are cases increasing in your community or your destination? Are the hospitals overwhelmed? Does your home or destination have restrictions for travelers? If you answer yes to any of these questions, you should really reconsider your travel plans and just stay home. So as I've mentioned, I can't say it enough, it's safest just to stay home. But if you do plan to travel, implement good COVID-19 practices. This is check your travel restrictions before you go, get a viral COVID-19 test 1 to 2 days before you travel, and then again 3 to 5 days after your trip. You should reduce your non-essential activities for at least 7 days after traveling. That's if you're taking COVID-19 tests, or extend that to a length of 10 days if you're not taking any of these COVID-19 tests. And then get your flu shot. So this will reduce your risk of getting the flu, and it'll help to save some of the scarce medical resources that are really needed right now to care for people with COVID-19. Finally, implement all of those COVID-19 control strategies that you've been using whenever you go out or around others from outside of your household. So maintain 6 feet of physical distance from people you don't live with, wear a mask correctly in public and on public transportation, and wash your hands often or use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Remember, the safest way to celebrate holidays this season is to stay home and keep your in-person gatherings with the immediate members of your household. So you could consider a virtual event with your family and friends who don't live with you, like scheduling time to open gifts together. So other ways to celebrate virtually include hosting an ugly sweater contest, a meal or a cocktail hour, decorate a gingerbread house or cookies. You could do some holiday crafting, you could do a virtual dance party, or even a virtual game night. So Like we've said, the safest way to celebrate is to stay home. But if you do choose to gather with people who live outside of your household, there are some safer ways that you can celebrate. So the recommendation would be to attend or host a small outdoor gatherings and activities, as they're safer than being indoors with people outside of your household. And if you do celebrate indoors, just make sure that you have a good ventilation system installed or open your windows and doors. If you do open your windows and doors, you can use a fan to blow out air through one window that will pull in fresh air from the other open windows. Before you even meet, you should talk to your host and or your guests about your expectations and rules for the event. So it is critical to wear a face mask indoors and outdoors when you're in close contact with these people that you don't live with. You should avoid shouting or singing, as these activities can expel more respiratory droplets and spread them further. Limit the number of guests and celebrate with locals. So gather with the family and friends who actually live in your community. This will help to discourage your loved ones from traveling. And then make sure that you have extra clean masks on hand, whether you're a guest at a party or you're hosting one. So you want to share these masks with others in case they forget a mask. And then you also want to make sure that you can change the mask that you're wearing if it becomes wet due to your own breath or winter like rain or snow conditions. This is because once your mask becomes wet, it becomes less effective. So BYO or bring your own food, drinks, utensils, plates, and cups. And stay home or cancel if you or someone you live with is sick. And finally, just remember, keep up with those COVID-19 prevention strategies. Practice your physical or social distancing, wear your face covering, wash your hands with soap and water frequently, or use an appropriate hand sanitizer. And for more food industry resources, you can visit the IFS at CU's website. Please keep safe and stay healthy in this holiday season. And we will be back with more updates in the new year.